Here are some more mods to enhance the Adventure Awaits expansion pack that we got on Thursday. So anyways, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we are obviously in game. Our first mod is Plan Getaways Anywhere. So this mod basically enhances it to be able to have more options for your getaway lots. This mod basically lets you plan getaways at any lot, any lot in the game, as well as including venues from the Basemental Universal venue list. So that would even enhance it even more. So I'm gonna go to the phone and go to Plan Getaway so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I think it'll just make more sense if I can pull it up to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so when the Plan Getaway pops up, they have this select location. So basically in here, it has a bigger list of places for your Sims to be able to have a getaway. So this just allows for a lot more gameplay, and I'm not exactly sure what you would do on these lots for your getaways, but I'm sure this will give you guys some more getaway gameplay styles to kind of make it more immersive to what you could do in, real life. I'm not sure. They also add in the Basemental Universal venue list, so there would be more if you had that mod in your game. So now you can have all lot types and filter it out to whatever you want. So yeah, that was about it. Hopefully I explained that correctly. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just trying to get you all hyped about it. Anyways, the next mod that we are going to check out does require me to get on a custom venue or even a getaway. So like you could do this at just the custom venues, or you could do this at a getaway or a getaway at a custom venue, but it is assigning any Sims to the custom venues. The Sims didn't use the exact same coding that they used for businesses and hobbies when it came to like assigning, what Sims can be where. Business and hobbies let you have like different like ages from like infants to like elders, and like also like horses, cats, and dogs. This basically adds some more of that we didn't get in Adventure Awaits, which is super confusing when I say this. I'm even confusing myself trying to explain this because I don't know why they did it like that, but I'm just going to show you guys so it makes a little bit more sense of what I'm trying to get at. We're actually going to plan a getaway because I do need to be at a getaway for the next mods that will follow up. We're going to go to Brindleton Bay. I am using Lil Simsy's boarding school that she created. It has its own, preset and all of that, so I literally downloaded it from the gallery, and we're gonna do this. Yeah, so Lil Simsy made this boarding school, and I downloaded it because it goes in hand with our last two mods after I get through this one. But anyways, we're gonna go into build mode. I would say to be on the lot when you do this. Actually, I don't even need to be in build mode. I just need to go to plan a getaway. So basically what you're going to do is down by the roles, let's just say I wanted to create another role for whatever reason that is. If I go to the very bottom to this custom role, I can then go to details, and from details I can click on the role criteria. From there I can go ahead and basically click on, it is in the traits, I believe. But when you scroll down, it will let you add in cats, it will let you add in dogs, and then if we scroll through more of these, I wish they had like a pet section, but they don't. But then you have horses as well that you can add onto the lot. You have infants, and as well as, where are my T's for toddlers? There we go, toddlers. So again, it lets you add horses, dogs, cats, infants, and toddlers to really enhance that gameplay. I will say, for the age thing, they don't put the infants or toddlers on this section, which is kind of weird, but again, you can just go down to the traits and find them, so you can now be able to add a role criteria to whatever you're doing. So that is pretty much it for that mod. So you can assign any sim to that role, as you can assign any sim to that role. So even in here, you can assign the role to anyone on that list. So even if I wanted to click on let's just say I wanted to add like a cat to this, maybe like a therapy cat, I could go ahead and it would pull up the cats for the lot. Does that make sense, guys? I think we're all in agreement. Maybe I add Bartholomew on here. Just let him roam around, do whatever he wants to do. He can just exist here. Anyways, that brings me to my next mod. This does go back to businesses and hobbies, which is running lectures on the actual, like, getaways or custom venues. You can, again, do this on a getaway on a custom venue. But if you are, you know, at a boarding school, that's why I picked the boarding school, or any getaway, whatever, you can now run a lecture, because from what I understand, you were not allowed to run a lecture, but more so just, like, attend one, if I got that correctly with this. So this mod enables it to be able to have your sim run the lecture, which is quite weird that they didn't let us have the option to run it. So basically, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about with this mod. And then the other thing to keep in mind is your sims need to be high up in that skill in order to, you know, teach the lecture. So if you're doing a boarding school, you're going to want to make sure your sims are leveled up in a lot of the skills to be able to teach what you want to the students. So going back to the game, under my teacher panel, because Yvette is a teacher, I'm actually going to just have her be the only teacher on this lot so that the other teacher doesn't steal the other students. We're going to add role activity. And on here, I'm just going to make this quicker to go to, I believe, hobbies maybe. I think it's under hobbies. Yes, run lectures. So hobby whiteboard, we have the whiteboards on this lot. There, Yvette will be able to run lectures as part of her tasks. And then the students down here, they have attend lectures and they have some other stuff as well. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and enter back into this getaway. And it is play on the playground equipment, but I'm wondering if I can get them to do the lecture now so that I don't have to wait till the next day to do this. So the other thing I wanted to go over was you can also, like, specify what lectures can be held here. So for example, if you wanted to enable specific, like, classes, you can go ahead and do that. Yvette is maxed out in all the skills, but if I didn't want her to maybe teach gardening, I can disable that. I just kept them all enabled because why not? But if you really only wanted to teach one class or have certain classes on this whiteboard, you can enable that as well. But we're going to go ahead and hold lecture 4. It's important that you click the 4 because then you can choose the students. I'll just do a charisma lecture and then it'll pull up the children on this lot right now. So then we'll click on the children and then hopefully they will all go. It might take a minute. They're sims, so let's just remember that. Keep that in mind. It's going to take them a little bit, you know, to get to their spots. So they're coming back up. What? Yvette, you know what the problem is they're all on a scheduled time. What if I just... Okay, I was able to cheat the day to the next day during lecture time. So now you have the kids that are entering into this classroom to have their lecture. Now, not as many kids popped up. Again, it's The Sims. I don't expect it to be perfect, but it kind of is like a play onto high school years, but more for like maybe an active elementary school that you could have now. So anyways, Yvette, is she not teaching? See, the thing is it's like The Sims. So again, I don't expect it to run perfectly, but I was really hoping that it would for this mod review because this is not going my way at all. It's like she's stuck, like she doesn't want to teach. Oh, wait a minute. I think there she goes. Yeah, so now she's teaching. Not as many kids are showing up. Maybe they're skipping class. Not really sure what they're up to. So now that Yvette is teaching, the last mod that I had downloaded in this mod review actually goes into the lectures, which is dynamic sit-in lectures. This will let your sims be more focused on the lecture going on. As you can see, these kids are sitting down, to the ones that are in this classroom. They're not wandering off. They're not, you know, getting up and just standing there. Like, they're sitting, they're engaged like it is in like high school years. What I've noticed a lot is when sims will teach, they'll either have, like, the lecture be right here, and then they're, like, walking everywhere. Like, they're not even in the lecture. This goes across all lectures, so your Sims will either be sitting on the floor or sitting in a seat that's not occupied and actually will pay attention to the lecture, and it's not like they're going everywhere and anywhere and not actually participating in the lecture. So I don't know why The Sims did it in a way where just everyone wanders off. Yvette's completely given up on her lectures. I'm not even... Oh, she's preparing her archery lecture. So she left this classroom to go to the other classroom. I don't even know what to say right now. You're just proving my point of not being focused even. Now she's teaching to a room of, like, no kid. Who's she yelling at? Anyways, the main point of that mod was to have your Sims be more focused, to have NPC Sims, like townies, be more focused. What I've really become aware of with businesses and hobbies is I don't expect them to be perfect. Again, they're Sims. Like, I learned a long time ago, Sims are not going to do what you tell them to do. You have to, like, give them, like, 2 hours in game to, like, finally click that they need to be sitting down or they need to be doing this. I love them for it, but they never sat down for the lectures. And even if, like, Yvette had a mixology lecture that she was doing for one of our gameplays and, like, no one was really, like, doing anything. There was, like, one Sim that actually sat down there and did what they were supposed to do. So hopefully this mod helps you feel like you have a little bit more control and that Sims are actually paying attention to the lecture, to be more inspired to maybe do an elementary getaway, because one of the things about getaways is that you can have them reoccur. So like Monday through Friday, you can have the reoccurring getaways to where they're gone from like Monday through Friday. I know it's not exactly like high school years where they come back at like 3 p.m., although that would be nice, you know, but it is a getaway. So, but you can make them reoccurring because this is technically a boarding school. So they have like their own dorms and it's made for like 12 kids. So Lil Simsy knocked it out of the park with this boarding school. So anyways, that was all the mods that I had for you guys today. I have been keeping my eye open, but these were like the 4 main mods that really went with Adventure Awaits. So I'm sure in the future we'll get some more that I'll bring to you guys, but hopefully this adds some extra gameplay and maybe makes you inspired to, you know, play with getaways more. Because honestly, I love the idea of doing a boarding school type getaway. And I love the idea now that your Sims can actually kind of be like teachers and have an active career. We didn't get any active careers with Adventure Awaits, which was kind of sad because I think they could have done a lot more on the camping side of it. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and comment down below, as well as hitting that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And with all that being said, happy simming, and I will see you all later.